So today I am going to add a little, a little session on more about the emotions on money. And I'm going to be totally frank with you guys, because when you're listening to someone, or you have someone that's influencing your techniques on finances or your decisions about money, you have to make sure that they're telling you the truth, number one, and you're telling yourself the truth, because you can lie about money. And I don't mean lie like you're lying. Lying is we're deceiving ourselves. We have all these little things in life that we deceive ourselves on, because we're trying to make it look better on the outside. But honestly, the parts that's even the worst about anything that we deceive about is when we deceive ourselves about things. You can tell a story to someone, or the other person, or your neighbor, or the Joneses, and things like that, and it looks really nice and you're happy, that story looks pretty. But if that story, you start believing it when it's a total lie, then you're in bigger trouble than you think. So today we're going to talk about what things we deceive ourselves about finances. And actually, I had named it Lies You Tell Yourself About Your Finances. So these are kind of, if you want to call it, not smart money habits, bad money habits. So that's what we're going to cover a little bit today. So this is what starts our foundation. And if we are able to deal with these issues, then we are able to move on and tell ourselves the truth about our finances. And once you tell yourself the truth and you understand what your picture looks like, or what your overall being looks like, then you're able to fix it. Because if you're lying to yourself or you're deceiving yourself about something, you're never going to be able to fix what the issue is, because you're believing that you have no issues. So first, you have to admit what your issues are. We all have issues. We all have issues, especially about money. So we first have to decide on what our issues are. So I'm going to go over a few topics, a few things that I find that I tell myself sometimes about my money habits that I'm lying about, and that other people tell me. So the first thing about anything is you whatever you tell everybody else out there is one thing, but when you start believing the things that you're telling people out there as your truth, then something is wrong. So you have to start telling yourself the truth. You have to know what your truth are. So even if you occasionally you have little white lies that you want to say, that you're trying to protect other people, or when there's truth, that it can do more harm to you than anything else. So you want to be able to admit what your serious issues are about money. And not like tell yourself the truth. They said the truth will set you free. Well, in this situation, the truth will lead to financial freedom. So if you tell your money truth, and you understand what your bad money habits is, then you can change that. That's when you can change. Because if you don't understand what your bad money habits are, then you are not going to be able to change them. If you're lying to yourself, oh, I'm good with this, or I'm good with that, then you are not going to be able to change it, because you think nothing is wrong. But you have to be able to look at it. So one of the things that we talk about is we tell ourselves that we have our debt under control. And how do you know if you have your debt under control? If you say, okay, I have my debt under control, I have no problems. You don't pay your minimum monthly credit cards. If you don't at least pay your monthly minimum credit cards, you're in the deepest part of the trenches when it comes to that truth. You're in that water. You're trending very low in that water when it comes to that. Occasionally, because remember, debt costs more, and when it comes to credit cards, to me, is the worst kind of debt that you can have. There are debt that if you have it can be beneficial to you. If it's used wisely, it can be beneficial to you. Your credit cards should not be one of those that you have as a revolving debt. A credit card should be a way that you pay for things. It shouldn't be an extension of your payment. So you have to be honest with yourself and make sure that you take a serious look at your credit card debt. Make sure you really do have debt under control, because what they say, the highest interest rate, sometimes some credit card companies charges up to 36% of interest on credit card debt, on revolving debt. So you never want your credit card debt to be revolving. You want to make sure that you are paying off your credit card. I pay my credit card weekly because I use my credit card as a form of payment. So it's if I would have spent $500 in cash, I spend that on my credit card because I'm able to track it. I use my credit cards as a couple of different avenues. They're an extension. I pay it weekly, just like how I would have $500, let's say, as part of my budget, for my weekly budget for my groceries, my gas, my this, my that. I take that $500, I pay it down on my credit card. So that's how I pay my credit card. So at the end, I am not revolving debt. I am not revolving credit card debt because I do not want to pay additionally for my groceries or additionally for my gas. Because if you have revolving debt, 99% of the time, you're paying interest on that revolving debt. And that is a problem. So you don't want to pay $2 for eggs, which I'm not even sure that we can buy eggs for $2 today, and then you're revolving those eggs on your debt, and then you're paying interest on it because you haven't paid off for your debt. So at the end of the week, I pay my credit card because it's what I use as my form of payment instead of cash. So not many people use cash today. Some people use cash. I personally don't use cash a lot because it's hard for me to track it. I'm too busy. I don't have time to write things down. So with my credit cards, I'm able to track everything I spend on my apps. I'm able to look back at what I spent last year to this year. I'm able to categorize what I spent on coffee, what I spent on food, what I spent on gas. So I'm able to look back and understand my spending habits. So that's one of the reasons I use credit cards for my form of payment, and I pay it off. Make a payment on it every week. So the key is if you can't do it if you're not doing it every week, then you want to make sure that you're paying off the balance of your credit card every month. That's one of the reasons I use Amex, because Amex doesn't really have, my Amex card doesn't have revolving debt. It has, your amount is due every month and you pay that off. So you want to make sure that that's what you're doing, because you don't want to pay additional amounts of interest to be tacked on your dress, your gas, your food, your restaurant, etc. So be honest about your credit card debt. One of the main thing is you do not want to have, and your goal should be not to have revolving debt. You want to make sure that you are looking at your credit cards. You want to make, if that is not controlled and you're not at least paying your minimum payment, then you're way off when it comes to that. So the least you should be doing is paying minimum payment. The best you should be doing is paying off your bill at the end. That is your goal. Your goal is to be paying off